What's up everyone? I just got back with this Ego 15-inch cordless string trimmer with POWERLOAD. This is the Ego trimmer you can get from Lowe's or Ace or even Amazon or other places for about 220 bucks. This is the, like I said, 15-inch. It's got the adjustable telescoping aluminum shaft, and it has the 2.5 amp battery. So also it's got the press to wind string loader, which is going to be pretty cool. So what we're going to do today is we're going to crack this thing open, we're going to put it together, and we're going to put it to work, and we're going to see how it feels, how long the battery lasts, and all that good stuff. All right, let's crack this thing open. Can y'all see that? All right, first thing we have is the weed eater itself. You can see here we got the whole thing. We're just gonna remove all this. What's great is it's already strung, and I'm guessing we should be able to just pop this thing open. Oh yeah, it just bends open right like that. And we will put something right here to tighten that up, I'm guessing. All right, so it comes with your owner's manual, some extra string, and some tools. Got our battery charger here. Got our handle. Pull that out. We'll open this up and loosen this. We'll figure out how to put this on in just a minute. Got our shield. And last but not least, we have our 56 volt 2.5 amp battery. All right, there we go. Looks like you can tap this here and it will show you how much battery charge is in it. Let's just slide this on here. Pull the trigger. Already working. How awesome is that? All right, so within the box came this tool here, and then this bolt to tighten this up right here and keep this in place. So we're just gonna hand screw it in. We're gonna take this and we'll tighten it all the way in. All right, now that we got that screwed in, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this guard here, and this installation is super easy. So you can see you got your screws here, but you just take this and you just slide it in. It even holds itself there. We'll take our screwdriver and we'll just tighten these up. These two screws. All right, and even though it was already strung, I wanted to show y'all how this works here. You would take your piece, you would just push it through this hole here to where it comes out on the other side. We're just gonna pull it all the way through until we got equal string length on both sides. All right, and so now that we have that, you just take this and you press this feed button right here. There we go. You can see I left a little too much string on this side here. So we'll just clip this ourselves And it's that simple. One thing to keep in mind is when you're using this power, what is this called, POWERLOAD, you need to have the battery, and that's the only way it's going to pull this. All right, last but not least, we're going to install this handle here, and what we're going to do is we're just going to unscrew this completely. Remove this piece here. Set it to the side. This will slide out, this little green piece here, and then this inside piece will slide out. All right, now that we've gotten those pieces apart, we're going to take our trimmer, and there's this little piece here, this opening, that we'll just take our handle and pop it right over that. All right, and when that's in position, spin it around, and we'll take these pieces that we took apart and we'll put them back in place. So this one slides in right like that. You're gonna have to hold it in place for a minute here. We're gonna take our green clamp and we'll feed it back through as well. There we go. All right, so now that that's all in place, we'll take this here and we'll screw it back on. All right, and so as long as this is not over tightened, rather you want to tighten this one up, keep it from moving, and then you can always loosen this, which allows you to rotate this, and if it's loose enough you can slide it up and down on here so it will fit you perfectly. All right, so the next thing we want to do is test it out. I have about an acre of land here with a good bit of trimming that needs to be done. So we're gonna test it out. The battery is supposed to last 45 minutes, and it takes about 50 minutes to charge. So we're gonna throw it on this charger here. You can see it's blinking green. You can even hear it. I guess there's a fan or something in here to keep it cool. You can hear it charging. So as long as it's blinking, it's charging. When it's full, it'll be completely green, and you can see here flashing red would be defective and completely red would be a high temperature. You'd want to cool it down at that point. So we're going to let this sit for about 50 minutes. I'm actually going to cut the grass, and then we're going to come back and we're going to try this thing out. It's got 2 speeds, and we're going to try it on both speeds. We got some high speed trimming here. We have over here some vinyl siding. We'll put it on a lower speed and see if it protects that siding. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, here is the low setting. Setting. You would flip that using this switch here. This puts it on high. You can hear it's a lot louder on high setting. All right, next we're going to flip it upside down, and we're going to do some edging. So that was on high. Let's try it on low and see how it works. All right, so definitely a lot more effective on high. I'm guessing the battery burns significantly quicker when it's on high. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish weed eating the whole yard. I'm gonna start the timer and we're gonna see how long this thing lasts. All right, it managed to run for about 30 minutes. I used it on high for the most part. You can see I got that area done. I hit this little sidewalk area here. Did not get this done. But I got this sidewalk along here, There's a good bit of weeds all in here that needed to be trimmed up. Finished these areas here, all around this entire house here, the back included, which had a good bit, and I got about halfway through the side of the main house. In addition to that, I got around the entire pool and the front of this house here. Some thoughts on it is it's noticeably less powerful than a gas weed eater. So if you like to go faster, if you like a little bit more power, you may want to stick with a weed eater. I tried it on the low settings. You can see from the past, this is already chipped up. It was not damaging the siding unless it was actually hitting these loose pieces that would flake anyways. So if you have fresh siding, you can run it on low and get around it pretty good with no issues. So you can see my problem. I got a good bit more weed eating to do if I want to do all this. If I want to get along this here, which doesn't require a ton, mainly in this region, then I got a lot more to go. So I would definitely need a second battery, and the jury is still out on whether or not I want to keep this thing long term. So overall, final thoughts. It's great if you don't need a high powered weed eater. The POWERLOAD is phenomenal because that's one of the most frustrating parts of a weed eater. You don't get that really with a gas powered weed eater. It's pretty lightweight. It's probably honestly it's pretty similar to a gas powered weed eater. I like how this can adjust here. I didn't show you all that earlier. This adjusts so you can make it the height you need for you. This rotates real easily. I use that a lot when I'm edging, and just flip it upside down. I went back and forth probably 20 times when I was going through the yard. The low and high, I ended up using it on high the majority of the time because the low is just way too weak. And the other thing I would point out too is even if it's on high, you got to make sure that you're tapping this to get your string out, because if the string's not all the way out, you're missing out on a lot of the power and the strength, and you're gonna run into issues with your weed eating. So overall, if you have a small yard, I would totally recommend it. If you're gonna keep up with your yard and weed eat it every week, every other week at the most, or least rather, then it would be great. If you let your yard get out of hand, I would definitely look for something a little bit more powerful. If y'all have any questions about it, feel free to leave a comment. I'll try to do my best to answer. And if you like this video, do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Thank y'all for watching.